Hey y'all, I'm going to do a quick video here since I haven't done one in a couple of days, and I've had a bunch of people asking me where my next video is and what it's going to be on. I'm going to talk a little bit about bonding and time right now. Everybody knows that sugar gliders take a lot of time, you know. If you've watched my video on making their food, one night a month or so, you got to mix up a good bit of concoction. But once you get that done, it's not too bad each night. And something that really bothers me, a pet peeve of mine, is when people say, oh, I have to rehaul my gliders because I just don't have time for them. Well, I think that's baloney. And I will tell you why. Because right now, I have all four of my gliders on me. I've had them on me for about 2 or 3 hours. And no, I really don't have time to just sit around and do nothing or just sit in the bathroom with my gliders. But I want them to stay bonded to me, and for the most part, they are bonded to me. And you can see Penelope's happy right here on my shoulder. Gizmo's right here happy down my shirt. I put a hoodie on. They like to get in the hood and just climb up and down the sleeves. My gliders prefer it whenever I have long sleeves on or a tank top so they can go down like that. It's a little bit embarrassing. And I can just walk around and do laundry, dishes, cook dinner, whatever. And if it's during the day, they're sleeping on me. And if it's in the evening when they're awake, they can climb around on me, and that's fine. We're bonding because they're on me and they have my scent. And I have no excuse to say I have no time for them because they're right here. And, if your excuse is, well, they're still wild, well, put them in a bonding pouch. I will do a video here hopefully in the near future on bonding with your new sugar glider and trying to bond to a wild sugar glider. Sorry, my cat's over there. Cats and sugar gliders don't really mix. Small tangent here. Disclaimer. Some people like to claim that cats are okay around sugar gliders because gliders don't have that rat or rodent scent. Well, neither does the little red laser dot, but the cat still chases it. End of rant. Anyways, you can always use a bonding pouch if you're afraid they're going to climb off or jump off. In my experience, if you're moving around a lot, your gliders won't jump off because they have to get situated. If you've ever watched a glider jump, they get situated, they wiggle their little tushy, and then they jump. If you see that happening, they're focusing on something, they're starting to wiggle, just move. They're not going to jump off of a moving object because they lose their target. I guess their sense of balance or something. I don't know. Depth perception, maybe. So, all you have to do is just stick them on you in some way, shape, or form. During the day, my girls are happy right here, and my boys are happy right here. No problem. And it doesn't take any time for me to just pull them out of the pouches, out of the cage, and put them on me. I can sit and write lesson plans. I can do dishes, laundry. Probably not a good idea to bathe my daughter with my gliders on me, although I've done it before whenever they're in the back in my hood. I shouldn't say that because gliders and water don't mix. They could get really sick if they get too cold, and they don't like being wet. And they bathe themselves. That's another thing. Gliders don't need a bath. They clean themselves. I think that's about it, all that I wanted to put in this video. If anybody has any questions, feel free to find me online or online on Facebook, or we have a West Virginia Sugar Glider Colony page on Facebook. It's the West Virginia Sugar Glider Colony. I'm an admin of that page, which is where I am, of course. And I think that's about it. You can message me on YouTube, Facebook, find me there. I'm pretty easy to find. Nickname's Lulu. Ask me any question you want. I've had gliders for a couple years, so although I don't know everything there is to know and I'm not what you might consider a seasoned glider owner, I've gone through a lot. I had one sick glider, which many of you know about, who passed away, and I went through all that with taking care of a sick glider with her. We had the toxic cage issue with the neurological problems with Gizmo, who still has some of those problems. When he wakes up, he shakes a lot more than most. So, you know, I do have a good bit of experience for no longer than what I've had sugar gliders. And obviously you can see that they're pretty bonded to me. My babies love me, and this is what I do in the evenings. I come home from work, I fix dinner, I put my babies on me, chill out, watch TV, clean house. And if anybody doesn't have time for an animal, I might be the one, because I'm hardly ever home. I'm a teacher, I'm in school, and I have a child, and my husband's in the military. So if somebody's, and I'm kind of spastic, you know, I can't focus on any one thing at a time, so I get overwhelmed really easy. So, you know, I'm all over the place all the time. And I have time for my sugar gliders, because all I have to do is go to the cage and pick them up and put them on me. Sometimes if, you know, I'm afraid they're going to be running all over me, I'll just pick up one glider and have, you know, one-on-one bonding time with that little baby. And that there's no problem there. You know, you can do this with a almost bonded glider. As long as your glider will stay on you, or you can move around so they won't jump off, that's fine. Because if you're walking around the house, or, you know, contained within a few rooms, and your glider is not comfortable enough to go down your shirt and fall asleep, that's okay. Let them run up and down your arm or chill out on your shoulder. Not all gliders are bra babies. Not all gliders like a pouch. You can see that Penelope has spent a lot of time up here on the shoulder. Coco likes to spend a lot of time in the sleeves of my sweatshirts. And then there's Gizmo's favorite place, of course. So they each have their own favorite spot, and it's okay. You don't have to force them to be a bra baby. You don't have to force them into any particular place. As long as they like you and want to be on you, that's where you want to be with them. And if this is their favorite place to be, then be okay with that. You can walk around the house with a glider on your shoulder. Pirates walk around with parrots on their shoulders. What's the difference? And you know that you're really bonded with your gliders when you go to the cage, and they would rather be on you than in the cage. I know earlier I was going to do some laundry, and I was going to be moving around a lot, you know, with the big laundry basket, and folding up laundry, probably making a lot of noise going from room to room, opening closet doors and closing closet doors. And so I went over to the cage to try to put the gliders back in there, and I put my hand up to the cage for them to, you know, jump in their pouch, but they just scurried back up my arm and went back in me. So, you know, that makes me know that my gliders would prefer me than their pouch, which to me is kind of a big deal. So they've been hanging out on me for most of the evening. We've had some good bonding time. I'll give them some treats, and then I'll go to bed, because it's, oh crap, it's 20 to 1 in the morning, and I have to be up at 5:30. And I said I was going to get in bed early. So, sorry I haven't done a video in a few days. I'm running out of ideas really quickly for some reason. I'm trying to think of the things that I had issues with that videos would have helped me when I was a new glider owner. So, if anybody has any questions about, you know, particular things that you'd like to see a video on, please comment, let me know. I'm always willing to help anybody. It's, you know, I've kind of started saying it's for the good of the glider. As long as you have your glider in, you know, your glider and your glider's well-being, you know, is what you're mostly concerned about, then that's all that matters, is that you're trying and you want to learn, and I'll be here for you. So have a good night. Penelope, my little fatty here, looks like she's ready to eat. They've been getting up later again, so everybody have a good night, and leave some comments for me. Let me know any other videos that you'd like to see. My gliders obviously are bonded to me right now. There's one coming out here. They're bonded to me, but I can try to talk a little bit about how I got them to this point. Right or wrong, everybody has their own way of doing things. Mine might not be by the book, but I tend to do things a little bit differently. So some people might not like my videos because they might not be by the book. That's not the kind of person I am. I kind of do my own little thing, and obviously it's worked for us. So as long as you're not doing anything to physically or emotionally hurt your glider, I think we're okay. So everybody have a good night. See you next time.